What is up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, of course, you are new here. I'm Asim. I'm currently a master's student in human-centered design and engineering here in Seattle at the University of Washington. It's more commonly known as HCDE at UW. And well, the program has simply been eye-opening to say the least. The resources, the exposure, the connections is unmatched. In my first quarter, I remember having a coffee chat with Sam Altman, or the other day there was Jorge Benko. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's the director of research science at Meta. And he gave us a download of everything that Meta is up to, the different projects that are currently taking place and coming together to give rise to mixed reality experiences. And yeah, all of these experiences I feel are too valuable, just too interesting, and frankly, too rare to keep it to myself. In my first quarter, again, for my 518 class, which was user centered design, I remember coming across this project of self planting seeds where they designed like with wood, like a corkscrew sort of a structure, and they placed a tiny sapling in between and they dropped it using drones. So the way it would operate is the sapling would drop, the wood around it would degrade, and since it's a corkscrew structure, it would plant itself into the ground. It would penetrate and plant itself. No human required. Where's the human centered here? But stuff like this. And then next time discussing synthetic diversity in AI generated feedback or exploring a piece of technology with social material theories where we 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 talk so much about human centered design, but there is an unsaid assumption that humans are at the center and everything, the world revolves around humans. And social material theories challenge this by saying that no, everything is symmetrical. In a particular use case, all it's sort of a network with different actors acting as nodes. And these actors could be objects, could be policies, could be humans, could be anything. And they all exert agency over each other. And there is a constant flux of power dynamics. And the network readjusts itself to stabilize the entirety of it. So, for example, in an airport scenario, the policies exerts its agency onto the users. Even the barricades placed to organize people in queues, they exert agency in the way that they restrict movement. Just too valuable to keep it to myself. I want to share all of this. Um, but before I tell you who I am or where I come from, let me share a concept I've been thinking about. It's called markers in time. You see, time is the only gift we have in its truest essence. For example, if I give you an iPad right now, or even let's say $1 million, there's a possibility that you could go and get it by yourself. But with time, it's just not possible. Time, as we understand it, we cannot recreate it, no matter how hard we try. And so, in that way, every one of us alive right now has been gifted the gift of time to just exist in this moment. And as we pass through it, time passes it, time passes with us. As we pass through time, time passes with us. And to top it off, we humans as a species do not really have the ability to gauge this passage of time very accurately. We lack the comprehension to even imagine this passage. It's only in hindsight that we realize how far we've come. Only when we look at the artifacts of the past do we get a rough estimation of how much time has passed. You're born, you go through your adolescence, you go through school, you accumulate accomplishments, you work hard, get into a good college, you earn a certificate, so on and so forth. Only when you look back and maybe look at your photo album or those said certificates or things that you produced is when you realize, oh, so much time has passed. Now, what do we do about it? What is the actionable insight from this? Now, with content, everybody has the ability to create these artifacts to mark time. If I create a piece of content right now and I publish, in a way, I'm marking time with my signature at a relatively very low cost of production. This video is an example of that. It's been long overdue, and I wanted to strip it down to its bare bone structure. Just good quality audio, video, and something to yap about. I don't have a script yet. I don't have any fancy edits. I'm just recording it on Zoom. Um, but anyway, with content, everybody has this ability to create the artifacts. And not to mention the huge upside it lends to one's ability to articulate, collect thoughts, and just take risks in your own name and face. There's a quote by Novel, right? If you take risks with your own name, society will reward you. And an extension of that would be it will allow you to take risks on their behalf. And so now, who am I? Well, most recently, I co founded an edtech startup called the Pravachan. Well, it feels a while ago, but we did create a lot of content with my then partner, Prakhar Gupta. He's quite the celebrity now, and I can't be any more happy for him. And during a time, we created some rad online experiences, a lot of podcast, a lot of content, very interesting formats, just very fun time. Before that, I worked as a UX designer at Fractal, and Fractal is placed very well in the finance industry. So I got to work on a lot of digital transformation projects with banks and other consultancies like McKinsey Bain, all of that jazz. Even before that, I wrote software code for a supermarket chain in the UK. My background is in computer science, so that was the first full-time job that I took. Um, and if you look closely, there's a pattern here. I've always been a bit restless. Every few years, I've sort of reinvented myself, chasing new challenges. And once again, I find myself starting over. New industry, new geography, new skills, new ideas. But this time, there's a strange familiarity with all of these things. And recently, the insane developments in AI and technology have just pulled me back in. I realize the tech world is changing incredibly fast. AI is reshaping almost every industry. It's like the hand of Midas. It's touching everything, and that industry is being slightly transformed. And people don't realize it this realize this enough, but UX design is evolving into something far more nuanced and impactful than most people are able to wrap their head around it. And so I could no longer sit on the sidelines. I had to dive in. And so I applied, got in. Very grateful to be here. It's one of the top programs. Incredible. And so, coming back, as we head into the future, the way we interact with technology is changing. Thereby, the way we use technology is changing. And therefore, the way we build software is also changing. Everything is being abstracted. Decision making is being abstracted. It's being algorithmized. How? Machine learning. Now, machine learning generates predictions. To simply put, machine learning generates predictions based on past patterns, which is very different from how we've been used to design software using deterministic logic. And that has completely changed the entire, it's like a paradigm shift happening. We no longer build logic the way we used to with automata theories of if and then statements and then switches and then all of that jazz. But now when I started looking at the stuff that I'm studying and the stuff that I'm interested in, and when I looked at YouTube or Medium or LinkedIn, I didn't see enough people sharing these deeper ideas. I mean, there's plenty of content around Figma design skills, or how to get a job, or how to run your agency, or day in the life, or I would even go on to say, and how to use AI in your design process, but none or very rare about the UX of AI. That's where I'm focused at. I think a discussion around these topics, the UX of AI and how make design decisions affect cognition. Let me give you an example. How do we represent chain of thought interacting with LLMs in the GUI? What is the best way of this representation? Or how do we design recommendation systems that are more aligned with my intuition? How do I align the AI's intuition with my intuition to arrive to some place that is desirable by me? I think these discussions are truly fascinating and show the complex side of human computer interaction. And that's exactly why I'm here. And here's my goal. I want to smuggle all of this knowledge, the kinds of insights that are usually locked inside academic doors or exclusive coffee chats. I want to smuggle all of that and be the Robin Hood here. I want to use this place as a channel to unpack complex ideas and make them genuinely useful to you. Who should watch? If you're starting out in design, I think it's ideal for you. Um, it will hopefully set a very good foundation for how you think with AI and design and tech. Or if you are already into your journey as a product designer and want a slightly more nuanced perspective on AI and tech from me, you should definitely follow. I especially want some product leaders to be watching so that I can also invite them for interviews and discussions in a podcast style. And so we all can benefit and learn from that. And if that sounds useful to you, subscribe. We'll, we'll explore this intersection of humans, design, tech, business together, and ideally have a fun time doing it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. If you stuck around here till here, thank you. Thank you for supporting. Now, like I said, this video is an MVP, me putting myself out there. This has been so long overdue. Um, there are so many blockers in your own head. There is a gap in my abilities to speak on camera, and we will keep iterating and adding layers of improvement on top, adding layers of visual embellishments, more editing. This is not edited at all. This is just recording on Zoom. I have my phone, which is set up. Love the iPhone Apple ecosystem. My phone's recording. I have a mic. I don't have a script. I have some notes. And going into the future, we will add media, editing, some annotations to help you with comprehension. All of that will come. But yeah, this is the first one. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm excited. Are you?